Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are here today to talk about the sixth inning bosses. Are they worth it? Pros and cons of each of them. Should you keep them? Should you sell them? What should you do? Let's hop into it. We'll break it down here for you. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about here is going to be George Brett. Pros for George Brett. Number one, he is the weakest position out of the three bosses. You got third base, outfield, and starting pitcher. Realistically, aside from Chipper Jones and maybe Brooks Robinson, if you like his swing, you don't have a whole lot going on at third base. Maybe Chris Bryant, if you like his swing as well. He plays a little bit better than his stats show. You could run Trey Turner out at third base if you really want to, maybe even Wander Franco. But George Brett has a fantastic swing. He has a fast swing, always plays better than what his numbers are. That kind of goes into one of our cons though. His maxed out power is going to be 102 versus righties and 88 versus lefties. Not exactly stellar by any stretch of the imagination. There are far better guys out there power-wise. But again, his swing does play better than what his stats suggest. So you'll probably get a bit more power from him than you would think. He has great vision, great contact. I mean, he's already at 121 with his vision. He'll be maxed out once you get him up to parallel 4. You got contact versus righties is already maxed out at 125. You got contact versus lefties. Goes up to 113 when he's maxed out at parallel level 5. Fantastic bat. He's also going to have 70 plus speed once you get him up to parallel 1, which is nice, especially if you're a guy like me who likes a little bit of speed everywhere in the field. Some negatives, we already went over the power. Gold Shield is going to be his maxed out defense. Now it shows a diamond up there. He is only going to go up to an 89 for his fielding. So no matter what, he will have a gold shield. Not exactly terrible, but some people like having a little bit of defense out there. A lot of people say that defense doesn't matter at third base. Honestly, I think it does. I think they've also turned up the frequency of errors because I'm having every single player that I've got making errors, especially at third base. Next one is going to be lefty-lefty struggles. A lot of people cannot hit lefty-lefty. I am one of them. I struggle mightily. I don't know if I really want to use my boss as somebody that's going to be a platoon guy. So lefty-lefty struggles, if you have them, you might want to stay away from George Brett. So next up on the list here is Matt Kemp. He is the second boss here. Some pros for him, plus 100 in all stats when it comes to contact and power. Against righties, he's 109 and 102. Against lefties, 119 and 125. You get into parallel 5, he's going to have 124 contact versus lefties and 125 power, pretty much maxed out. He'll have 114 contact versus righties and 107 power versus righties. Very solid card. His vision is going to be his biggest con though, only being a 69 overall. Well, it's a nice number. Not what we're looking for in this particular situation. Although vision does not matter as much as it has in the past, but still keep it in mind. Solid speed. He's going to have 87 speed to start. Once you max him out, he's going to be at a 92 in speed. Pretty damn solid out there in center field. Near maxed out versus lefties. Went over that earlier, but 124, 125 once he is maxed up. Overall for the pros here, he is very solid. 86 fielding to start. He's going to have 91 fielding if you get him maxed out. He'll have that diamond shield with 92 speed at that point and pretty much maxed out against lefties and very solid stats against righties as well. So he will be a very solid, well-rounded card. His cons are going to be the low vision. Outfield is already kind of overcrowded. Let's face it. We also don't have Willie Mays yet. We don't have Ken Griffey Jr. yet. We don't have all these other guys. But there are solid options at every spot in the outfield right now. 82 arm strength is going to be another con. I like guys that have strong arms. 82 is not going to get that job done, especially if you get one hit in the gap. He's not going to throw anybody out. And then last con here, realistically, this card is Jason Dominguez with less speed and less fielding ability, but more power against lefties. Fielding wise, 91 once you're at parallel 3. That's what I'm going off of right now. So 93 is going to be the max fielding for Dominguez. 99 in speed, just about 100 in every hitting category aside from vision. So these two cards are very similar. If you don't already have Jason Dominguez, buy him for 84,000 stubs. You don't have to have Matt Kemp. Simple as that. And he's a switch hitter, which is a little bit better. And that brings us to our third boss, Pedro Martinez. Pros right off the bat, stamina 115, gonna be at 120 when it's maxed out. I mean, guy's gonna go damn near 140 pitches in this game, it seems. Pretty damn nice to have. Hits per 9, 102. There's guys with better hits per 9 at this point, but that is still pretty damn solid. 107 when he's maxed out. Ks per 9, 115, pretty damn nice. PCI is going to be pretty small at that point. When it comes to control, his curveball is going to be an 84 in control. That is his lowest pitch though, control-wise, so you're going to get the ball where you want it to go, especially if you're using pinpoint. He does also have a sinker-slider combo, which is pretty damn deadly in this game. When you have a changeup here as well that has a 20-mile-an-hour difference from your fastball, it's going to look good. I do wish that he had outlier, but he does not. Some cons, we're already pretty damn deep when it comes to pitching. A lot of people have their top 5 locked in right now. Another con, a lot of people will say that all pitchers suck. If you're not above all-star, pitching does not matter. So for the majority of us, I bounce around, but primarily I somehow tend to be on all-star. Pitching is kind of a crapshoot. You just kind of get what you get. Whatever the computer wants is what you get. Another con, no cutter. I do wish that he had a cutter. I like fastball cutter combinations more so than a fastball slider. I like the smaller bit of break. It's one of the reasons, honestly, that I like the Brandon Webb card so much. And I'll be honest, this card reminds me an awful lot of this Steven Strasburg card. Pretty similar hits per 9, pretty similar stamina, pretty similar Ks per 9. I'm not saying that these cards are the same by any stretch of the imagination, but fastball, curveball, changeup, 2-seamer instead of a sinker, and then a slider. The pitches are damn near identical. The Strasburg card, you do have a little bit more of you have a 14-mile-per-hour difference on the fastball changeup compared to the 20-mile-an-hour, which is a little bit better in favor of Pedro, but realistically with this card, 53,000 if you do a buy now, 54 if you really want to get technical with it. But there are cheaper options out here than the bosses that we have right now. Should you sell them? Possibly. I mean, realistically, they have a cap now. So getting these bosses is going to be much more difficult. It's going to be interesting to see what people do in this inning. I think a lot of people sell. I really do. I'm a big fan of Matt Kemp. I'm a big fan of George Brett. I'm a big fan of Pedro Martinez. I'd probably buy all 3 of them to use them at some point. I think I'm leaning towards Matt Kemp. Honestly, I know Jason Dominguez is a little bit of the same card. I like the Brett card, I like the Pedro card, but always been a huge Matt Kemp fan. I've always wanted him to get a high diamond, 99, not the 97 that he keeps getting. So I don't know, I think I might go him. Who are you guys thinking? Who are you going with? Thank you guys for joining today. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I will be back with more content coming up soon. Have a good one.